Hello everyone, Kingofclubs back at it again, and today we're going to have our second episode of Q&A with Kingofclubs. Well, warning you guys ahead of time, there is some foul language in this series, so if you're underage or easily offended, you might consider watching one of my other videos instead. That's just my little fair warning disclaimer, what have you. If you enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like at the end of it. Also subscribe to my channel for more videos, but let's get started. Okay. Hans Molman asks, have you ever danced with a silly sister? No, can't say that I have, Hans. Not entirely sure what you refer to by a silly sister, but I don't have any sisters, except for stepsisters, but, you know, it is what it is. And I don't really dance, to be honest with you. So that's a big no. Next question comes from Adam. He wants to know, seriously though, if your name were Assface, and you could only change either your first or your last name, which would you change? It's a good question. I would have to go with my last name, and I would change it to McGee. That way at least I could be Assface McGee. Good question, Adam. I like it. Hans back again. He wants to ask, have you ever done the Snow Dog Challenge? No, I don't know what the Snow Dog Challenge. I'm guessing, based on some of the questions that Hans has asked in the past, it's probably something perverted or just wrong. No, I don't think I have or ever will do the Snow Dog Challenge. Thanks for your question, Hans. This one's from Deke. Deke wants to know my top 5 Trippiest music albums. Now, I don't know if I'd go with albums or just songs. Trippiest. Let's see if I can list off here for you. I would say number 5 would be anything by I believe I don't remember their exact, like the actual translation of their name, or their actual legit, their actual name for this band. But the German to English translation is Theater of Vampires. It's a gothic, very dark gothic German band, and they have some really dark and twisted stuff. I had an album of theirs at one point. I don't know if I still have it or not. I think, if I remember, I think it was called Suicide Vampires, and it's some really dark and really messed up stuff. That'd have to be my number 5. Let's see. I think, and this is funny because when I think of Trippy, I don't necessarily always think of like the dark and bizarre stuff like that. Sometimes I also think of stuff that I would imagine would be just different. There's a guy named Voltaire who does a lot of unique, it's like almost like a dark comedy style to his music. Because it's dark and it's kind of bizarre, kind of out there, but at the same time, usually has like a more upbeat tune to what he says. Like he has one song called Evil, or When You're Evil, I can't remember what it's called, it's been a while since I've listened to it, where basically he's talking about how much fun it is being a bad person, but it's such a happy and upbeat tune. It's hard to take it too seriously, but at the same time, it's hard to think that it's a good thing, if that makes sense. So that's probably my number 4. Number 3, just about anything by Marilyn Manson, including his covers, because he loves to make things dark and bizarre. That's just his style. Lady Gaga's kind of got that going as well, to be honest. So I guess they can share number 3, anything that they do. Number 2 would probably be there's one song called oh crap. There's a song called Christy. Is it called Christy, or it's called Christy, Are You Okay? basically, I don't remember the exact title of the song. It's a song by The Offspring. And the reason why it's bizarre to me is because most of their songs, especially to anyone who's heard of their music before, it's usually really in your face, very political, or very real, talking about how warped things are in the world, how there's so much corruption. It takes a very serious stance while maintaining this very punk rock, punchy sound to them. Case in point, one of my favorite songs they've done that is called "Shit Is Fucked Up." Actually, I think the proper title of this stuff is "Messed Up," but you know what it is once you hear the song. And it talks about just how messed up the world actually is. That's their normal stuff. This Christie song is like polar opposite of everything else they ever did, because it's very serious, very slow, and it's basically telling the story of this girl that I'm assuming that's coming from the lead singer's perspective, but maybe it's someone else in the band. But basically, whoever's perspective is coming from, it's of someone that knew this girl who, I'm assuming, was raped, either raped or just got impregnated by a guy at school and tried to hide it. Pretty sure, based on the lyrics, it sounds like she was raped. And it's a very real and serious subject, but like the style, tempo, everything was way different. And so that's the reason why it's trippy to me. That particular song is different from everything else they've ever done. Number one would probably be Black Hole Sun, the song Black Hole Sun, because I love the song. I fell in love with it the first time I heard it on the radio, and I thought, oh, that's an awesome song. I went and looked at the music video for it. The music video is warped. It is messed up. It is something that you probably should be high to enjoy it, because it's just watching it clear-headed like I did. I didn't know what to think. I even made a video asking you guys for your opinions on it, because it's just that trippy. The song's good, but the video itself is what's so trippy to me. So it's not really, top 5 trippiest albums, but there's my top 5 list when it comes to trippy music. Thanks for your question, Deke. Oh look, it's Hans again. And he asked, have you ever been pied in the face by a clown with a big knob in his pants? I don't care for clowns, personally. So the answer to your question is no. Clowns kind of freak me out as it is. I wouldn't want to be pied in the face by a clown. I prefer not to be pied in the face by anybody, to be honest with you. But yeah, no. Can't say that I have. Can't say that I ever would. Clowns with a big knob in his pants, that just sounds all types of rape. That just sounds literally like rape. The sound of rape to me. Moving on. Alright, Jeremy asked the question. So I have a serious question. Do you watch MMA? I do from time to time, not nearly as much as I used to. I've got some family members, namely a lot of my cousins on my mom's side of the family. They're really big into MMA. Some of them actually have done MMA. And so usually, especially on my Facebook feeds, for my personal Facebook, I get a lot of posts about stuff that happens, like major fights, who won what or how fights end. In some cases, especially with Ronda Rousey taking her first run, I saw a lot of the fights in their entirety because they were so short. But yeah, I've watched it from time to time, but I don't watch it regularly. I enjoy it. It's fun to watch at times. I've seen some fights that just were not even, they're boring. There have been some, and I know that sounds terrible, but there have been some boring fights. There have been some real epic fights, and I've seen some crazy knockouts and other crazy stuff that's happened in these fights. So it's entertaining, and I see why it's so popular. But to answer your question, more specifically, not regularly. I don't regularly watch MMA. Good question, though. Okay, Hans is back yet again. I think we're doing an alternate thing here with Hans and then other people. He asks, do you play tabletop games? If so, what is your favorite? I love tabletop games, and I want to actually get into playing them Again, I used to play D&D, but that was years ago. That's like 2006 when I played D&D. And I only played like one session, so I really didn't get that far into it, but it was a lot of fun, and I loved it, loved it, loved it. I would be so into getting into another D&D game, or into another tabletop type game. I do play card games like Magic the Gathering. I play a lot of, well, used to. I haven't played it in a while, but I still have all my cards. I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! A long time ago. Not as much. I still have a lot of those cards too. And I played Card Wars, which is based off of Adventure Time. I played that a little bit. It was fun. The problem I have right now, especially in my current situation, I don't have a whole lot of people to play tabletop games or any games with, aside from playing my Call of Duty and like League of Legends. I don't have a whole lot of people to play these regular games with, these old school games where you actually have to physically be with the person. There are some stores some game shops and some card shops that do like game nights. Like there's a place in the town just north of where I live that does Magic the Gathering nights a couple nights a week. They do their Friday Night Magic, and they also do a free Magic tournament, I think on Tuesdays. I thought about getting back into that, I haven't either had the time or I haven't had the money for the gas to get up there. Because it's a little bit of a drive from my place now. It used to not be, because I used to actually live up in that city. But thank you for the question, Hans. This actually was a serious one for a nice change. Alright, moving on. Okay, Adam is back again. He wants to know, would you rather eat a mouthful of used tampon or have a bukkake performed on you by 7 wild bull elephants? For those of you who don't know what bukkake is, you might want to look it up, but I'll go ahead and give you a spoiler alert. It's not pleasant. Let's just say that it will require all the elephants to be male. There's no female elephants in there. That's why it says wild bull elephants. Adam's asking me a lesser of two evils type of question, which is terrible. Thanks, Adam. You're an awesome, awesome friend. I mean that. But to answer your question, good sir, great. Which one would kill me faster? That's kind of my question. Because you're gonna die. There's the used tampon has enough bacteria in it. I'm sorry, a mouthful of used tampon. I wasn't like a mouthful. Okay, that's no better. There's enough bacteria in that to kill a person. Bukkake, with all the stuff that is involved in that type of fluid, from 17 wild bull elephants. I would probably, because he doesn't say if I had to have my face fully exposed or anything like that. So I'm going to say that I would probably take, regardless this is going to sound, probably take the bukkake from the 17 wild bull elephants and just cover my face in as many orifices as possible from it and hope to God that they trample me before anything gets into my face. That's just gross. I couldn't do a used tampon for anything. I won't even touch one. If it's been used, I refuse to you can go near it. I once, here's a little side story for you guys. I once had to clean a women's bathroom with no gloves, and those little disposable bags that they put inside for the used tampons, someone didn't put a bag in one of the boxes, so I actually had to fish everything out of there by hand, and it was nasty. It was I damn near threw up, and I'm not one to throw up, but I damn near threw up. So yeah, there's a little bonus for you guys, a little bonus story. Thanks, Adam. Again, you're an awesome, awesome friend. And look, it's Mole Man back one more time for this video. He wants to know if I like fur burgers. You know what, Hans? I'm going to be straight up with you. Who doesn't? That's a better question for you, buddy. Who doesn't like fur burgers? I thought everybody did. I can think of a few people who do. Yeah, there's your answer. Thanks, Hans. Alright, last question. From Deke. Deke back again, he wants to know if you had to choose between being the greatest football player without a Super Bowl title or winning a Super Bowl while being a bench player your whole short career, which would you be? Now this is actually an interesting question. Would I want to be great without, achieving the ultimate success? Basically, I'm trying to transition this from football to basketball. It's basically asking if I would want to be LeBron James, great guy with great talent but never won a title. Sorry, bro, you can't win a championship. Or if you want to be I don't know. I can't really make a good analogy for who's won a title, won a championship without actually participating. I would probably I'd probably want to be a great football player who never wins a Super Bowl title, just because I'd probably be a cocky bastard. I would probably say, I know how great I am. I don't need a title to prove it. Even though all the haters, all the naysayers would say otherwise, I would still feel I was the best. But that's a really good question, Deke. I love that question. That's actually awesome. So thanks for asking. Alright, everybody. And if you want to ask me questions, you can either hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, or right here on YouTube. Hit me up on those places. Leave your questions there. If you do for Twitter, make sure you tweet it at my Twitter page. I don't really have a good hashtag for it yet. I'll probably set up something basic like Ask the King or something like that. Hashtag Ask the King. I'll set that up later. But yeah, make sure you tweet it directly at me. And make sure you guys comment either on this video, whether it be in Facebook or on YouTube. Tumblr, I'm assuming that just has the same type of comment system. I don't use Tumblr as much as I should. I just kind of post videos on there and I wait to see if anyone replies, and so far nothing's really come out of my Tumblr other than people liking it. I see people like my videos on there, but that's about it. Yeah, hit me up on social media if you guys like this video, and stay tuned for more episodes of Q&A with Kingofclubs. Thanks everybody. Have a nice day.